I knew a little bit. I had seen the movies and I had friends who had been in them, but I wasn't, a Transformers aficionado. But when Michael asked me to do it, I read the script. It was so funny, so interesting, so huge. There was no way that you could say no to it. The fact that it was that they were taking this franchise and sort of turning it around a bit and taking it in a different direction, maybe a slightly more mature direction, but also the character was so funny, and I also just loved the character's arc, that it was easy to sign on. He's somebody who's sort of like a Steve Jobs, let's say, which is the example that Michael always used. He has a huge ego. It's his intent to basically control, to become like one of the richest men in the world and one of the most powerful men in the world. And in the end, we think that that's all he is this money-making machine, this ego. But as it turns out, he has a soft side to him and a conscience. All I can say is she's great, and we had a great time together. She's funny, smart, beautiful, as we know, talented, and it was really fun. She's great. A lot of improvising going on. Michael encourages that. That's one of the things that's so nice about working on a movie like this, with a director like Michael, because he's very trusting of actors. He really loves actors, and he encourages you to be spontaneous. Mark brings a gravitas to everything that he does, but still has he still has such a great sense of humor that you're getting this one big bang for your buck, really, with him. He's such a wonderful actor. He's been in so many films, so many different kinds of films. I think he brings real depth to the piece. It was great. It was great. I mean, it was grueling. You're running around in a suit and dress shoes for 5 months, but it was fine. You stay in shape, and that's all there is to it. How quickly we worked, how it was almost like making an independent film with an enormous budget. That's what it was. That's what it was like, and I love that. Nothing took too long, because Michael doesn't like to waste time. He knows what he wants, and he wants it to happen right then, and it does. I'm really happy I did it. I was excited to do it. You're always sad to go away from your family and be away from your family and things like that. That's the hardest part about making a big movie, is that you're often away from your family for an extended period of time. Other than that, it was a great, fun experience, really fun. We were in Detroit for a while, and we were in Chicago for quite a while. Then we were in Hong Kong, then we were in Beijing. Beijing was just a few days for me. But I was in the process of moving house, so it was like moving over to England. So that was complicated. So I think I flew about 75,000 miles just back and forth trying to visit my family. It's very important. I think you have to do everything as an actor. I think that to do a big movie like this, to do little independent movies, to do, a movie in, somewhere else in the world, and a small movie, a big movie, that's all part of it. To do a play, to direct a play, to, direct a movie. I mean, to me, that's what it's all about. If you're just doing the same thing all the time, it's very tedious. They're so fantastical, but there's always a human element to them, and there's a real sense of urgency to every one of these pieces. And now I think this next sort of trilogy will have, I think the human element is maybe played up a bit more, and you have somebody like Mark leading the cast who's so great and brings depth to the piece. But they're all the things that we imagine when we're kids that could happen, and Michael's able to bring it to life for us. It's exciting. You're watching all your those fantasies come to life.